Good morning, guys. It's Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to another Monday Marathon episode. Again, I'm standing behind a pile of stuff I picked up from the charity shop or op shop or thrift shop, depending where you're from. They don't want to handle electrical stuff. They would take it all out to the transfer station as e-waste, and I like to save what I can. We've got a really interesting mix this week. There's some kitchen appliances. There's a turntable. It's a fairly modern one. We've even got a little racing car set. Not sure what's in this box now. This is what I picked up last Monday, so I'm kind of working a week behind, and shortly, once I have a break from this, I'll go and pick up next week's, although we might not have a video next week because we are getting very close to Christmas, and Kristen and I open our second-hand shop from Boxing Day right through to New Year's Day, so we don't get a break over that time. Usually we only do weekends in the shop, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so you might not see a Monday Marathon next week. We'll see how we go. Let's get into this week's and see what we can find. Let's start at the front of the pile and make some space. Now, I did purchase some things to flip, or at least one item, and that's this stainless steel bowl. It's quite decorative. It's sort of retro. I guess it's 70s era. Not sure if it's got a brand on it. I didn't see one. It is non-magnetic stainless steel. It weighs quite a bit, but I think that will sell well in the shop. They had a $3 price sticker on it. It's pretty clean. I think easily 10, possibly 15 on that one. I don't remember if I bought anything else. I know there's a couple of things down below that I picked up out of their scrap metal bins. We'll get to that shortly. All right, there's a fan in a plastic bag. Let's get this crate out of the road first. The box says it's a kettle, a Sunbeam kettle. But I often find that when there's kettles in a box, it's usually the old kettle that they replaced with the Sunbeam. But this one it is a Sunbeam. It looks near new. It's pretty sparkling clean inside. Oh, that's excellent. I wonder if it was a gift. Oh, it looks like it has been used, but not very much. So we'll check that one. That'll be a good seller. I'm thinking probably $20 for that one. Now we have some more appliances in here. Here we have an iron. It's extremely light. Oh, they've melted something. Some sort of plastic. It's a Prenetti. I get the feeling it's a very cheap supermarket one. It's actually quite dirty. Why has it got, looks like it's got kitchen crumbs and stuff over it. Oh, what have they been ironing? So anyway, it's not worth the effort to clean up. Particularly, I'm not sure how you would ever get that melted plastic off there. It may scrape off, but geez, it doesn't look like it. But yeah, very light. I'm thinking I'll probably just cut the cord off that one and send it to e-waste. I've only been getting $5 for the cheap irons anyway, and there's a lot more than $5 worth of time to clean that one up. We'll make a decision though a bit later. Perhaps we'll plug it in the appliance tester and check it. What's in the bag here? Looks like another kitchen appliance, or just cookware. Oh no, we have a quick pot, eco pot. I think it's like a little slow cooker. Yeah, it's hardly been used either. It's pretty clean, and I think it's just for doing little soups or casseroles or something, probably for one. Eco pot. It doesn't say, oh well, EcoPot's the brand, I guess. Looks pretty clean and neat, so that should be able to be sold. The other bits here, oh, we have a little steaming pan, and there must be a lid. There's the lid. Alright, cool. That will sell well. I don't know, what's this? Oh, yeah, okay. So it's almost like a little pressure cooker. You can seal it in. Oh, I guess that's for steaming. You obviously want the steam to heat the food, not just go straight out the top. And what's in the bag down here? Could it be a camera? Oh, little scales, are they? No, it's a Discman. Portable VCD, CD, CDR and RW/MP3 player. So it's a new evolution after the Walkmans, which played cassettes, and there's another one here, Sony. Oh, these are good. These things should sell well. Hopefully they work. Hopefully they don't have corroded batteries in them. Got no other accessories? There might be something in the front. Because I'm not sure if they have they just take batteries or they're chargeable. Oh, there we go, a cigarette lighter adapter for the car. That's Sony branded, so it must go with that. All right, looking forward to testing those. Could be some good value in that. And the only other thing in the bottom of the crate is the base for the kettle. Is that the base for the Sunbeam? No, that's the base for an Anko kettle. So that must be in the other box. All right, let's move this crate. And we'll unpackage this fan and have a look at what's under it. Then we might check some things before we get into the bigger box. All right, the good thing about fans that get wrapped up in plastic bags is that they're generally nice and clean. And this one does look good. It looks cheap. It's probably an Anko or another supermarket brand. It's a Tempo, yep, so it's only a cheapie. All very plasticky, but looks clean. Actually looks pretty much unused, and it's a good time of the year to sell fans, even though it's a bit cooler at the moment. We've had some really hot weather lately. Of course, Christmas in Australia is notoriously hot, so we'll check that one shortly. The other thing we have over here is a Bourne power meter, probably sold through Aldi. So you can just plug something into this and it gives you an idea of what it costs, the energy it's drawing, probably the wattage that it draws. So we can easily check that one. Probably not a very expensive item. We might get $5 for it. We have an Anko phone tablet mount. Well, that's not really electrical. So it's just got a really heavy duty spring clamp, and you can mount your phone on your desk or your tablet. If you're watching my YouTube videos, it might even be handy. I wonder if I could set it up as a little phone mount for filming. I'll look into that. It's probably only a $5 item to sell, but I might have a use for it. All right, that's the lid off something that I don't think we've unpacked yet. And we have the temperature controller and an electric fry pan here. And it's a Westinghouse. I'm running out of room to show you in front of the camera. It's a little stained in the bottom, but it doesn't look like the Teflon's actually scratched or lifting. I don't like selling them if the Teflon's a bit rough. It looks pretty clean. So we'll give that a check. That should be quite saleable. All right, there was a couple of cast iron fry pans. Can I reach those? Just like a single plate cast iron, almost like a sizzle plate. And that one's a very heavy, quite well used cast iron fry pan. It's branded Gabriel Gatte cast iron cookware. Looks like it's been out in the weather for a bit. But look, I sell these very easily. The campers love cast iron fry pans. We have a lot of campers around this area, particularly over summer. I'll probably just put $10 on it, but it was much better than just going for scrap metal. So both of those were in the scrap metal bin at the charity shop. And they don't sell their scrap, they just take it out to the transfer station. So at least we can save it from going to the scrap pile, and I'll probably get $5 for that one. All right, let's make a bit of room and plug some things in. All right, let's start with checking this fan. And it's the biggest item on the bench. We need to make a bit of room. Plug it into the appliance tester. It's double insulated. There's no earth wire, there's no earth pin. And as I mentioned earlier, it's pretty much all plastic. So we've got, oh, it's already on. Okay, that sounded pretty promising. It's obviously set to oscillate. We'll switch that off. So low speed, nice and quiet. Good bedroom fan. 2, oops, 3 doesn't stay down. Okay, the switch has a fault. It works, it just won't stay down. It must have a broken clip. Still, most people have these fans on low or medium, perhaps overnight. So the fact that we don't have top speed doesn't necessarily write it off. I think we'll just put $5 on it. It's obviously a fault. And it shows no sign of wanting to stay down. But speed 1 and 2 work, off works, it tests safe, the cord's in good condition, so we'll just go $5 on that. Someone will have a use for it. As I said, it'd make a great bedroom fan overnight if you don't have air conditioning in your bedroom, or a ceiling fan. So that's good. Okay, let's check out the Sunbeam kettle, make sure it works and is safe to use. It's a magnificent condition. Barely needs a wipe over. I hope we've got the base for it. Oh yeah, it's in here. Yeah, it's been used, but not much at all. So let's make sure it's not faulty. I'll have to go and get a bit of water. Make sure the earth tag there on the socket is okay. Sometimes they get broken and it means the kettle itself is not earthed. That looks good. I'll get some water and I'll power it up. Well, there we go. That works beautifully. No leaks. The safety tester likes it. And as I do with all kettles, I've just put a little bit of citric acid, just available through a local supermarket. I'm sure you can get that anywhere. And just about a teaspoon, sometimes a little bit more if the kettle's particularly dirty. This one really didn't even need it, but it just makes sure it cleans it all up. And it cleans the window up as well, which makes a fair difference. It gets rid of all that lime scale. So there we go, perfectly good kettle. We have the box. I'm going to go at least 20. I might check a price on these. We possibly could go a little more, but I think $20 is pretty good, and it should sell quickly. Very nice kettle. Now with the boiling water, I'm going to tip it on some weeds in the garden. Never waste some boiling water. Next on the tester is this Westinghouse electric fry pan. It looks quite, I had a look at the footage I took before, and it looks a lot worse than probably what it does in real life, but I think it's still worth trying to sell. It's not bad enough that I want to throw it in the scrap. Besides, sometimes I've sold these to people that don't actually want to cook food in them. I had a guy in the shop recently that wanted one for warming chemicals. So he's into precious metal recovery, and he wanted something that he could just keep a solution warm, and he said these are ideal. So it doesn't really matter if the Teflon's gone or not, because as long as it's safe and it warms up, it suits his purpose. So we'll give it a run. I think this could still be quite okay to cook in. So we'll check it with the appliance tester. We'll turn that on. Do we have an earth? Can we get an earth through here? Sometimes you can't because of the coating. Oh yes, that passes. And we'll turn the thermostat up. There we go. The red lights come on. Should be warming up. Everything appears to be safe. And yes, that's warming up pretty quickly. Very good. We'll turn that off. It just needs a bit of a wipe over. The temperature controller is a bit dirty, but not too bad. So yeah, we'll clean all that up. We'll probably go, look, we might be able to get 20. I would imagine a Westinghouse one of these is fairly expensive. I don't know if we've got a lid though. That will make a difference. So that might be in the next box. But that one tests fine and we can sell it. Now this little power meter, I assume, will be fine. Let's have a look at it. Sometimes these are only used once or twice. And this looks near new. Still got the instructions in there. And I guess we can actually see if it works. If I put it in my appliance tester, it has to go that way and power that up. All right, so it is working. It's got a timer now. It says 0 cost and energy is 0 watts. Let's plug this fry pan back in and see what it tells us. Okay, so that's now on. I'm not sure if you can read the display there. What do we have to do? It's not reading anything. Energy, cost. Why is it not working? I can hear the fry pan warming up. Maybe it has a little battery. Maybe it needs a new battery. But I would have thought it would run off this power. Okay, it's got two little 1.5 volt button batteries in there. I don't have any new ones to replace them. One of them tests okay, the other one's voltage is down a fair bit. But I would be surprised if those batteries are required for this to work. I would have thought that would be more perhaps a memory thing. If your power's off, you can keep track of, perhaps you're monitoring the usage of an appliance and it might store the information with the batteries. So this may well be faulty. I don't have any batteries here to try it, as I said. I'll have to do a bit of checking, but it's probably not really worth it. I'd only get $5 for it anyway. I probably should read the instructions, but certainly with the fry pan plugged through it, we were getting no indication on the screen of any voltage or any costs or anything like that. And yet it was still working, so the power was going through, but this unit may have a problem. So I can't really sell it until I find out what's going on. And even then, it's only going to be a $5 item, which probably isn't really worth investigating it, but we'll see. I'll put these back in so I don't lose them. Back to things at hand, I just checked out this Prinetti clothes iron. You can buy them brand new. I saw one available through IGA supermarkets in Australia for $18 brand new. So they're certainly a budget model. I'm not going to even try and clean the molten plastic off the sole of this one. So we'll chop the cord off, get a little bit of value for the copper wire, and they can go to Ewaste. All right, we need to check out this little eco pot thing. So that's our steamer, which I think must sit, no, it can't go in there. It must sit in the top, does it? I guess you've got to boil water in there and it steams up. No? But how would that clip on? I don't know how it goes. So that clips on there. Does the steamer fit in there? Okay, I'm confused. Oh, it does fit in there. Okay, it was just a bit firm. So that has to fit in there separately. But you can't boil water in that part. Now I'm still confused. Is there a piece missing? Or do you really just boil water in that part? I wouldn't think so. It does fit in there though. No, but that still won't go on. I don't think this is a part of it. That might belong to something else. But that one can go on. That has to go on there. That goes in there. So yeah, you can use that to steam things. Maybe that one can just be used without the lid. Sits in the top. Yeah, maybe that's better. It's got a steam vent there. I guess that's what happens. Alright, so it's a little quick pot, like a casserole or a soup pot, and you have a steamer with a lid extra. That's my guess. We better see if it works. Looks pretty clean. Don't think it's been used much. And we'll power it up. We need to see if it's got an earth, which we're probably better to take that out. Yes, it's safe. And was that warming up? I think it's got to press down to warm up. Oh, and we've got to press the button there. Oh, yep, that's definitely getting warm. No problems. And yeah, that's all working properly. All right, it doesn't really even need a clean, maybe just the outer casing. EcoPot, not sure if they're a cheap unit or not. It was made in 2018. I'm thinking we'll get $10 for it, but I will check it out. Just needs a wipe over. Right, that's everything we've got out now. We'll test the Discman things later on, but we'll move the other stuff off the bench and we'll unpack this box. I moved the turntable off the top and the slot car set, we'll check those later. Oh, there's something else I did buy, yes. A little coffee plunger, nice and clean, Avanti. I think it was $3. Yes, $3. I always buy these. This is a no-brainer. I get 10 to 15 for these all the time. They sell pretty well straight away, as long as they're clean and as long as the mesh part is still okay. Sometimes they get a bit tatty around the edges, but that's a very quick flip, 3 into 10, no problems at all. So that was my other purchase. Here's our kettle. Is this the Anko? Yes, it suits the base we had before. It's pretty dirty, just a plastic kettle, quite scuffed. And inside looks, not too bad. It'll clean up okay with some citric acid. So we'll give it a test. It'll probably only be a $5 kettle. So hopefully it cleans up okay. All right, I've got to stand up here to get things out of this box. Oh, something else I purchased. A very retro looking jug. That was $2. It is in French. Pilivud. I don't know how you pronounce that. France. It's possibly not very old, maybe not in the 80s, but might even be a bit more modern than that. But it's a really retro theme. It's a nice size jug. Someone will love that for sure. We'll get 10 for that, so our $2 should be a good investment. Okay, there is kitchen stuff in here, all bits and pieces. I gather this is all part of the one gadget. What's that say? It's a citrus juicer. Oh yeah, that's all part of the juicer. Another part, and the cord's tangled around something. There we go. And was this? No, this is something else. Ambiano. It's a cord-free food chopper. So hopefully we've got the rest of those bits. There's a bit more of the citrus juicer. I have a little night light. Oh, something else. No, I didn't purchase this. It was in Ewaste because it's a clock. And it's an electric one. It's a mains powered clock. Wochelstrom. I presume it's German. In fact, that looks like a Jungens type symbol. So looks to be, it's plywood at the back. Looks really 1950s. Very nice looking clock. Very similar to the clock faces on the Starburst clocks. So that will be interesting to see if that goes. Very interesting with vinyl around the sides. It looks original. Maybe early 60s. Probably late 50s. That's whoa. I'm glad that lid was, or the door was still well attached. So that would be cool to get that going. And that is actually a very nice clock. I could get pretty good dollars for that. So we might do a separate video on that because we'll have to wire it up. Okay, what do we have here? A large modem or router. We'll probably just scrap that one. Lots of cords that go with it. What do we have here? Clock radio maybe? Acme. It looks like it's just a clock radio, but that's okay. One of the most common items we get. Clock radios, kettles and lamps, probably the 3 top ones. It looks like there's a telephone in here. That's the power supply for the modem. Oh yeah, here's the phone. I've had a few phones lately. They do sell okay, but I haven't sold any for a while. Looks like it's got numbers programmed into it. It's okay, just a basic landline. And one other thing down the bottom, and it's a decent size sandwich press, Black & Decker. All depends what the hot plates look like as to whether we keep that one or not. I'll open that in a minute. Box is empty, let's get that off the table. Alright, we might sort out, I'll make some sense of all this and I'll get back to you shortly. Okay, I've sorted everything out. The phone lines that were with the modem, I've just chopped the plugs off so they can go in with my data cable. We will scrap the modem shortly. I'll keep the power supply. It's a 12-volt one, which are pretty common, but it is rated at 2.8 amps. So the more powerful 12-volt ones I tend to keep. Standard size plug, so that's fine. I might eventually get $5 for it. The phone, we can't really test, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. They nearly always do. In fact, I don't think I've ever had one that's faulty. So a bit of a clean up for the phone. This thing, I don't think we've got any other parts for it because I don't have any other boxes around. It is a cordless food chopper, and it is actually powered up, or it's got life in it. It worked before. We have some lights happening. Now it's not working. Oh, actually, I think this base has to be attached because there's some sort of sensor switch. So you must put that on top of your bowl or something that we haven't got. There's fittings that go onto that part, I presume, and we don't have those either. And with that attached, it actually spins that. It sounds a bit noisy too. But without any other fittings, we can't do much with that. It's quite light, so I'm not even going to bother trying to pull the electric motor out of it. So that can be e-waste. This lid doesn't suit anything that I've got. It must have just randomly dropped in the box at the charity shop. No good to me. So let's test the juicer, the citrus juicer. It all appears to be here. We'll make sure it goes okay. They sell quite well, these juices. I'd probably get about $10 for it. And we've powered it up, and that's just a protective cover. You have to push the this juicing part down in order to operate it. Oh, and that's actually now that's a larger one, but why won't it push down? Does this one have a switch? Oh, there we go. You do push them down. Oh, there we go. That works. And with the top on, that one there. And it randomly goes different directions. I don't know what decides that. It's got a fair bit of torque. So that works quite well. Just needs a little bit of a clean up, but it's not overly dirty anyway. So we'll probably get $10 for that. What brand was it? Oh, it's an Anko. So that's okay. The clock radio, let's see if that powers up. Now I did notice that the antenna wire's either been broken or cut off. There's supposed to be a separate wire out there as an antenna for FM. I might have to just solder another length of wire on there because we probably won't get reception with it like that. There was a battery in it and it's dead flat, but these batteries are only for memory as far as keeping your time on your clock if the power goes out. So I won't be replacing that. And that flat one will go to batteries recycling. Let's power the radio up, or the clock. We have flashing red LEDs, so it looks like it's going to work fine. How do we set the time? There we go. So that's good. Can we get any noise out of the radio? I'm getting no noise at all out of the radio. We should get something. Okay, the radio's not working, and it's not worth trying to fix. It's quite an older model. It's got no sleeves on the pins of the power plug, so it's it's at least 20 years old. I'd suggest it's probably back to the 1990s sometime. And I don't think it's worth doing much with. If the radio's not working and the antenna wire's been snipped off, it's not worth the time because I'd probably only sell it for $5. So we're just going to scrap that one. I'll lop the cord off so that I can't change my mind because I've got too little time to do little repair jobs for $5. It's the way look at the plug is it's been around for quite a long time, so could even be a late 80s model, that one. So that'll be e-waste. We have a bit more wiring. The night light, we'll just plug that in. I think it's a rechargeable one. There we go, it works and has a little torch at one end. And I think it's got a sensor as well. Can I block that sensor off? Oh, okay. It goes brighter, but the thing actually doesn't go off with the light in here. And it says there's a little charge light, so I'm guessing after a while it will keep going on its own, but not yet. The kettle I've filled up with water and put a bit of citric acid into it. We better put the base under it and we'll power it up and see if that works safely. There's no earth on this one because, well, it's all plastic. There's nowhere to put the earth probe. we should probably just check that the earth does go to this little tab here. Yep, so that's all right. Okay, oh, we have a blue light. Let's give it a boil. Okay, I did just boil it, but I've just noticed there's a piece broken out of the handle here, and it's obviously fallen off the bench. There's a piece completely missing, and it's very scratched up. So even though it appears to work okay, I'm probably just going to scrap it. It's just not worth, well, I can't really put a safety tag on it because it's broken and it's actually sharp to grab. So unfortunately that suffered damage. I should have noticed that earlier. We have boiled some water, so I'll go and tip that on some weeds. I might hang on to the base. The base is nice and clean. And occasionally I do get a base that's either got a bad earth connector or it's been damaged or something. So no value there for the base as far as selling it goes, but I'll hang on to it for future use. I'll go and tip this water out. Now the last of the kitchen appliances. Let's see what this is like inside. How do we get into it? Oh, that's a latch. Okay. Is it usable? No, it's all scratched up. Looks like someone's been gouging it with a knife. So yeah, that's just going to be scrap. Like all of these, I haven't done any for ages. I've got them stacked up to do. I will take the cast aluminium hot plates off them for scrap. The rest of it's pretty well either going into the steel pile or the e-waste pile. I will chop the cord off it now though. So we get a bit more wire, but that one will just be scrapped out for the aluminium hot plates. Now speaking of scrapping, we'll get the board out of this modem. They've got a fairly large board in them, I think. How do we get into it? It's clipped somehow. There's possibly screws under these feet. There's a little access hole, but no screw. And the same with that one. Maybe it's just clipped. It's always a bit of a puzzle getting into these things. Let's try the casing. Oh, there we go. It is just clipped. Okay, there we go. Big size board in here. And these are usually just clipped in too. I don't think they have screws. Maybe they do. There's a couple of Torx screws. That's 3. Do we have any others? Might only be 3. Oh, 4. Okay, all these wires are just for the antennas, I think. Okay, good size board there. There'll be chips under these shield pieces. And they're soldered by the looks of them. They have little holes there. I think you can kind of almost open them like a sardine can. But you want to be pretty careful because it's very sharp. Okay, there's no chips under that one. It must be under that side. Some sort of heatsink block here. That's like a ceramic. And the shielding there, we have a main chip, a couple of other chips. But I think they can probably go... Oh, what's under this one? Oh, that's screwed in from that side. That's a piece of aluminium, this one. Now, rather than unscrew it, I've pulled the metal inserts out of it. There's little steel inserts that the screws go into. Now we've got a clean piece of aluminium. Not very much. So I think that's all I'll do. There's some of this rubbery heatsink compound. We'll take that off. And that can go in our mid-grade boards. It weighs a bit, decent size. Probably not really worth the effort. All these antenna wires are probably not really worth the effort to clip out either. They're very fine wire. I'll just put them in with my data cable and probably only take the longer bits. And the little plugs on them look like they're gold plated, but I don't save those. I don't think it's worth the effort. Bit of wire there. There's a little bit more on this side. Okay, we can probably put, oh, that was our aluminium piece. And put the tin bits and that back in there. That way, was it? And that can go to Ewaste. Okay, a few more items to finish off. I didn't mention this one earlier. It's a very long LED lamp on a little tripod base with a USB connector. And what's this section here? It's infrared receiver, it says. Oh, maybe it's supposed to have a remote control with it. Not sure on that, but let's plug it in and see if it works. I have a USB power pack here. Turn that on. Oh, multicolored. Okay. I guess we could nearly call that a poor man's Christmas tree. I might go and put that in the lounge room. So it's pretty long. It looks like a giant lightsaber. Doesn't make any of the cool noises though. But I'm not sure about this IR receiver here, because I don't have a remote for it. This is all sealed up in heat shrink tubing. So I think we'll probably just leave that well alone and say, all right, we just have a little plug-in multicolored lamp. I don't know if we can change it. Has it got switches anywhere? No, I think it just stays multicolored flashing. All right, I might go and put that in our lounge room and we'll call it a Christmas tree because we don't have a tree in there. And probably sell it for $5 or something at the shop when I get it back there. But yep, that's what we'll do with that. Next is this turntable. I'll adjust the camera down a bit. It looks a bit scratched and scuffed. We have some stickers on it. It's probably been well used. Okay, it looks okay in here. It's mains powered, but I think it has a USB connection. It also has normal RCA output line out plugs at the back. Has it got a stylus in there, a needle? No. Or if it has, it's broken. Can't feel any needle there. Was that just a protective? I think that was a protective clip for it. So we can't test it at all. I don't know where you'd buy a stylus for it. I guess we can see if the turntable works. It's had a safety check back in 2019. I'll plug it into the appliance tester, give it some power. It lights up at the front. It says phono. I don't suppose it has a radio or anything with it. Okay, function says off, phono, which is the record player, USB or SD card, or auxiliary. Does that mean it's got an amplifier in it? It must have an amplifier as well. So it's not just a turntable, but we can't play records at the moment because we don't have a needle. Does the turntable work? I guess we need to go back to phono. Oh, I can hear a motor running. So the motor runs, but it must have a broken belt. I'll take that off. Yeah, I can see the motor spindle there and the belts. Oh, the belt's there. Is it broken? Or is it just dropped off? It doesn't have a circlip on the top of the platter. Okay, so the belt hasn't actually broken. Well, we've just got grease on it. I better wipe that off. Okay, let's see if this will actually work. Yeah, I think the belt's not overly stretched. Let's hold that across. We'll drop that down on the spindle and put that over the motor pulley. Now it's a little loose, but that looks all right. Will that turn? There we go. So the belt looks okay, but we can't play any records because we don't have a needle. Let's just clip the tone arm down so it doesn't swing around. So I've just done a bit of checking on this. It's actually branded Dick Smith. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. And there's the information on the tag there. So it's probably around about 20, 25 years old, early 2000s maybe. It has a built-in preamp, but it still needs to go through an amplifier. But you wouldn't put it into the phono input, you'd put it into auxiliary. I'm sure this would probably work should we find a stylus for it, but they're fairly cheap. I saw one in good condition sell on eBay for only $50. This one had a $30 price ticket on it. It must have been at a cash converters or something. I'm not going to worry about testing this any further. Someone else can find a needle for it. I'm just going to put it in the shop for $10 as it is. Not even going to clean the stickers off it or anything. I might just wipe over the top a little bit, but that'll just be a $10 flip, and someone that wants to have a play with a turntable can do so, and it saves a bit of my time. So $10 for that one, quick clean up, and that'll be gone. And that leaves us with the Highway Pursuit Police Chase slot car set. I don't know if it's complete. It was available, well, it sold new through Toy World for $90. I don't know how long ago. Let's open it up and see what's in here. It's the first time I've had something like this in the e-waste. All right, so a shopping bag. What's in that? Oh, perhaps they're just parts of the track. That looks like a microscope thingo. What's that doing in here? Here's the track and the controllers. All right, let's drag it out, see what else we've got. Actually, let's tip it out. All right, it's not really well packed. It's just been shoved in the box. Lots of bits of track. Are there any cars? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, that doesn't look too good. I don't know if that's part of it. Not sure what that is. And oh, there's more in here. All right, that might be part of the oh yeah, it's part of the buildings and stuff around the track signage. All right, another bit of paper. Oh, that's some more of that. Yeah, there we go. That's a bridge or an overpass, just a bit of fake wall. So yeah, nothing very important. Looks like a pretty cheap set. And it hasn't been packed up with any care, has it? So I don't think we'll worry about those. That tells you how to assemble it. Should be 2 cars. There's a loop-de-loop and probably a counter, a lap counter. So there's one car. But the little copper brush things that run around the track, one of them looks like it's broken. Or maybe they're supposed to be that way, it's just been folded down. Alright, so I need a bit of a clean up. Don't know if it works. Not sure if it's worth my time to see if it works. Let's see if we've got another car. I'm sure that's out of a microscope. I don't know what that's doing in here. That's been broken, whatever that is. I don't know. That looks like coat hanger hooks. I suspect some parent just cleaned up their kid's bedroom floor and shoved it all in one box. Don't know if that belongs to it or that. There's our controllers and a power supply. Lots of little bits in here. I guess it's fencing and things. I assume it's all part of it. But we only have one car. So yeah, I think it's probably best suited to someone that has something like this and they need extra track, maybe spare controllers. But one car's obviously missing. And I don't know if I can be bothered even trying to test this. I think I won't put it all back in the box. I'll put it in another box, but I'll leave this box with it. And I'll just put $10 on the lot. And if someone's got one similar, they can buy it for extra parts. It's not worth my time trying to set it up and seeing if anything actually works or not. So the last things to go in this lot are the Sony and the Sanyo CD Walkmans or CD Discmans, whatever you want to call them. So we'll give them a test. The clock I will do in another episode because it has to be rewired and it looks like it's had a tumble off the wall. It's actually peeled back the hanging bracket, which is a little bit of a problem. It's peeled the metal casing back like opening a sardine can. I think I mentioned that recently with something. So that kind of needs to be repaired. The wires, unusually the red wire is cut short, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I did Google this, and the Wechselstrom, however you say it, word apparently in German means alternating current. So that's 240 volts AC, and the little star with the J in it there is actually the Junghans symbol. So it's a Junghans clock, quite collectible. The starburst clocks in particular with that pretty well exact same face can bring well over $500. They're usually a battery clock though. But I want to get this one going. I have to fix it up. It's had a bit of a ding in the bottom there. And I think that will be quite a valuable clock. So I'll put that aside as a project. I wouldn't sell it for anything less than about $30 or $40 as it is. But I think it's going to be well worth getting going. So that's for a future time. Let's check out these CD players. This one actually has one in it. I can see it through the window. How do we open the door? Here. There we go, and it's Just Great Country Songs CD1. Looks okay. So they have a little battery compartment in here. Oh, there's one battery in it. One, that's odd. At least it's not corroded. Let's get that one out. Oh, it doesn't look too good. Yeah, it's a little corroded, but it hasn't hurt the terminals. So I've got some good ones here. And we'll see if it powers up. Hopefully they work. I did have a look online. I think they're at least $50 each, these things in going order. Some models seem to be rarer than others. Okay, let's put that disc back in. I don't know if it's supposed to automatically spin up. Oh, there we go. It is spinning up. It says disc. Looks like it's reading it. It's playing the track. Very good. Well, I've got some little earphones here, or earbuds. So I can plug that in and see if we have any noise. We should have a volume somewhere. It's on the top here. That's responding. I can't get any noise, but then I see I've plugged it into video out. Does that mean these things can play a DVD or video CD? Interesting. So I think the green one should be our... There we go, I can hear it already. Microphone's down here. Okay, both channels are working. Excellent. Fantastic, that works great. So it just needs a little bit of a clean up on the top. It's a little scuffed, but I think it'll clean up quite well. So that's a goer. I reckon that's at least a $50 item. In working condition. Very good. Now we open this one from this side. I wonder if this one's got batteries in it. It has got batteries in it. And hopefully they're okay. Oh, no corrosion there. I didn't actually try it. Is there a chance these batteries are still okay? I'll test them later. But I'll put my known good batteries in. And put the disc in. That's saying disc. Very good. And play. Beautiful, it's starting to play. Let's see if we have some noise. Now we'll plug this in the right spot. This one says headphones. And the volume's on the side on this one. Excellent, both channels are working here too. Very good, I'm pleased these are both working. So I'll do a little bit of extra checking, but I think these are going to be at least $50 each from what I saw. They were selling online consistently, and when they're in good working order, that's absolutely fantastic. So someone obviously just had them at home and wasn't using them, and eventually they just got donated. Fortunately, the batteries hadn't corroded. Very good. A Sony and a Sanyo, and this one does the video discs as well. I must check out, that's possibly worth more than 50. I did find a few of these Sonys on, they were quite common, these ones, but this one could be a rarer one. Might even throw it on eBay if I can't find any, but I'll write them down at 50 each as far as we go here, and very good. That concludes our haul for this week. And here's everything up on the deck for you to look at, all spread out. I've had to bring in another table because we've been reorganising our deck. I'll just pan around here. We have family come here for Christmas, and that's only in a couple of days' time. So we've been cleaning up. I've got all my junk off the deck, which has taken me a long time to do. And here we have this week's Monday Marathon stuff. Now, we ended up with a fair bit of e-waste this week. Just really low value things that either were too badly damaged or just weren't worth cleaning. Some batteries in that tub for recycling, but the rest of it's going to e-waste. That power meter is faulty. I checked it with another one that I had, and it works fine with no batteries in it. So that one certainly has an issue. I wasn't going to try and fix that for a $5 return. We have the board out of the modem, a little bit of aluminium, some wire, the cardboard box there for recycling, a little bit of plastic, so nothing really much going to landfill. All these items to sell, and of course the clock for a project. The bag that the two disc men came in, I might be able to get $5 for that. The things I purchased to flip, pretty good with those ones this week. We should turn those into a fairly good profit. A couple of items to keep. I decided to keep this little clamp phone mount thing. It might be handy for filming on my workbench. The larger items here, the slot car set and the record player, will just pass on as they are for $10 each. We'll see how we go there. And the other stuff there, we didn't find a lid for the fry pan, so we'll just go 10 on that, and everything else as discussed as we went through it. So let's go and have a look at the notepad. Here's our list of figures for this week, and we have everything pretty well as explained. One of those Walkmans though was at the Sanyo. I may throw on eBay if I can't find much more about it. and everything else as mentioned pretty much. We'll try for $5 in that small bag. The items I purchased to flip, potentially $55 after spending $8. So that's not bad indeed. It's always nice getting some stuff out of their scrap metal bin. It keeps it in circulation, which is much better than just sending it to scrap. I did not include the few little things like the power pack from the modem, the base of the kettle I'm keeping, the scrap metal. We even got a free CD out of one of those Walkmans. So, and also, I didn't even make note of the little phone holder I'm going to keep. So potentially, what have we got there? $250. And if the other Walkman does much better on eBay, we also have the clock, which is pretty good value. So you've really got to say in excess of $300 value this week. Pretty happy with that. We did end up with a bit of e-waste, but we still saved most of it. Virtually no rubbish though, and a lot of stuff to be rehomed. So another fun and, well, hopefully fun, it was fun for me, and a successful episode of the e-waste processing from the charity shop, op shop, thrift shop. I've got used to saying charity shop now, so bear with me. We may not get another one done next week. I have done the pickup today for next week, and there's some pretty interesting stuff there. I was actually quite happy with this pickup, but it may carry over till the week after, although I did check with the shop and they will be open normal hours right through Christmas, so there'll possibly be more stuff donated. We might have to do another super big marathon. This one's turned out to be quite long as it is, so we'll see how we go there, but I won't have a lot of time because I'll be working right through the week next week, and I do have to get my emergency storage video up because that's the critical one that I cannot miss each week. The Monday Marathon series is a bit flexible. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll just like to wish everyone a very happy Christmas, and I'll probably do another video before New Year's. But however you celebrate Christmas time, or if you don't celebrate it at all, I hope you at least have a good day. I appreciate everyone's support throughout the year, and I'm looking forward to a bigger and better year next year. My YouTube channel hasn't really exploded. I've been doing this for, what, 7 years now, maybe? Something like that. I've not got any videos go super viral, but the channel is steadily growing and I'm as stubborn as they come. So I intend to keep putting videos out until YouTube no longer exists. Eventually my channel will get big, I hope. Thanks for your support. Have a good one. Bye for now.